Good morning, children. In previous class, we had learnt double displacement reaction, redox reaction. In today's class, we will learn oxidation in our daily life. Okay. Okay. First one is corrosion. Corrosion of metals. What is corrosion of metals? The formation of a layer of undesired compounds such as oxides and hydroxides on the surface of metal is called corrosion of metals. In our day-to-day life, we observe the rusting of iron and corrosion of copper vessels. Okay, see here corrosion of metals is the formation of a layer of undesired compounds such as oxides and hydroxides on the surface of metal is called corrosion of metals. Okay, example, rusting of iron, or we can also say that corrosion of iron, corrosion of copper vessels. So here in corrosion of or rusting of iron, here the iron slowly converts into ferric oxide. It is slowly converted into ferric oxide when this iron is exposed to air and moisture. The iron slowly converts into ferric oxides and iron hydroxides when it is exposed to air and moisture. Okay, this process of slow conversion of iron into ferric oxide and iron hydroxide on exposing to air and moisture is known as rusting of iron. See here, iron reacts with iron when it is exposed to oxygen and moisture. Moisture contains water molecules, so it is converted into ferric oxide this is ferric hydroxide, or you can also say iron hydroxide. Okay, this ferric oxide and ferric hydroxide, okay, actually it is brown in color and it is deposited over the surface of the iron. Okay, the brown colored iron after rusting, what we see, that is nothing but ferric oxide due to formation of this substance on the surface of the iron metal. Okay, that metal is said to be rusted. There are several methods to prevent the corrosion. Actually, why we have to prevent the corrosion? See, In our day-to-day life, whatever the things we use, most of them are made up of metals. For example, if you take vehicles, Godrejas, table, bench, bridges, okay, constructing the buildings, they are using iron rods. Okay, so to prevent the corrosion, if they are corroded means, if they undergoes corrosion means their property will change and their strength, they will become weak. Okay, because of that reason we have to prevent the corrosion. There are different preventive methods to prevent the corrosion. First we will see greasing or oiling. Okay, in this process just oil or grease is coated on the surface of the iron. Oil or grease is coated on the surface of the iron objects. Okay, it also helps to increase the it is also used as a lubricant in machines, okay, where iron metal is used. So next one is galvanizing. Galvanizing. In this method, a thin layer of zinc metal is coated on the surface of iron metal. Okay, see here, this is the iron metal. Above this iron metal, a thin layer of zinc is coated. Okay, when oxygen present, when this metal is exposed to the atmosphere, oxygen and the water or moisture present in the air, they first reacts with the zinc. As a result, zinc is converted into zinc oxide. So here first zinc is corroded. Okay, when this zinc is corroded, after the corrosion of this zinc, no further reaction takes place. Therefore, the iron which is present below this zinc remains as it is. This iron do not undergo any corrosion. Here, this zinc is sacrificing itself to protect the iron. Therefore, this method is also known as sacrificial protection. Here, zinc sacrifices itself to protect the iron. Okay, zinc corrodes, it undergoes corrosion itself to protect the iron. Okay, after when this zinc is completely corroded, this corroded zinc, okay, this zinc oxide is removed, and again zinc, a thin layer of zinc is coated on the surface of this iron to protect the iron from the corrosion. Next one, painting. Okay, this is the most widely used method to prevent the corrosion, applying the paint on the surface of the metals, or we can say that on the surface of iron we are applying the paint to protect it from corrosion. Next one is by enameling. Here, mixture of silicates, okay, mixture of silicates is coated on the surface of iron, on the surface of iron at high, okay, mixture of silicate is nothing but silicon oxides, mixture of silicate is coated on the surface of the iron at high temperature. Okay, this process is known as enameling, and this is used to prevent the corrosion of iron. We'll see last one more method, it is tinning. Here a thin layer of tin is coated on the surface of iron. Okay, again it is a sacrificial protection method. Here this thin layer will undergo corrosion itself on reacting with the oxygen and moisture content which is present in air to protect the iron which is below it. Okay, next we will see rancidity. Rancidity means spoiling of food due to the oxidation. Okay, we will see the definition first. The oxidation of food materials. Oxidation of food materials. Oxidation of food materials such that they become stale and start smelling. Smelling is called rancidity. The oxidation of food materials such that they become stale and start smelling is called rancidity. Sometimes we say that we used to say that food is spoiled. Spoiling of food, it is nothing but it is rancidity. Okay, here that food undergoes oxidation in presence of the oxygen which is present in air. This food reacts with the oxygen present in the air and it undergoes oxidation. As a result, it becomes stale and starts smelling. Of when it becomes rancid, we can't eat that food. Why this food undergoes rancidity? Why they become rancid? Because the fat and oil present in the food, they reacts with the oxygen which is present in the air, and these fats and oil undergoes oxidation. As a result, food becomes rancid. Okay, when food becomes rancid, their smell and taste changes completely, and it is we can't eat this kind of food. So to protect the food from oxidation, okay, antioxidants are used while transporting the meat from one country to another country for 2 months, 1 month. During that process, they used to store the meat by applying the antioxidants, or so that that meat should not undergo. Usually we know that meat contains fat and oil, so it also has proteins. When it reacts with the oxygen, it undergoes oxidation and it becomes rancid. So prevent that, antioxidants are used. Also this rancidity is prevented by keeping food in airtight containers. Keeping food in airtight containers so that oxygen cannot enter oxygen cannot enter the container and cannot react with the food, so that oxidation of the food is prevented. Also, dilute oil and fat containing food items are flushed with the nitrogen gas. For example, Lays. Okay, they are packed in aluminum bags, say. Okay, before packing, the oxygen which is present in the aluminum bag is removed. Oxygen is removed before packing Lays and chips in aluminum bags. Oxygen is removed and that bag is flushed with nitrogen gas. Okay, nitrogen gas is inert gas. Why it is filled inside the Lays pockets? Because it is inert gas and it do not react with the chips present inside the Lays pockets. Okay, these pockets. So because of this inertness, it do not oxidize the Lays, but this oxygen will oxidize the chips. Therefore, before packing, aluminum bags are from the aluminum bags completely oxygen is removed and these bags are flushed with nitrogen gas. Whenever you are opening the Kurkure or Lays pockets, just you smell the after immediately opening the pack, you just see the smell. Okay, you will experience the smell of nitrogen gas. Okay, this is how we observe the oxidation in our daily life. Okay children, so far we have studied corrosion and preventive methods for corrosion, and also we have studied rancidity, and also we studied how to prevent the rancidity.